back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Jazz. I'm a single mom of 3 kiddos now. I have a 10-year-old, 6-year-old, and I have a brand new baby girl here who just recently turned a month. So excited about that. I just thought about that just now. So thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Like I mentioned, outside of being a mom, I am a certified medical assistant. I do have videos if you want to know about that. You can click them in the description. And outside of that, I'm a sister, I'm a friend, I'm your bestie here on YouTube, and a host of other things. But yeah, welcome if you're new. So baby girl is, yeah, she just got done nursing. So hold on just a second. Breastfeeding has been going great. Such a beautiful experience. Let me get her situated. Like I was saying, breastfeeding has been going great. It is a wonderful experience, and I'm so glad I've gotten down to a full routine with her. And so now she's like completely out. When she nurses on the boob, oh my goodness, it puts her completely out where she's just knocked out, you guys. So right now I'm just adjusting my nursing pad. So hold on just a second. Okay, I'll show you all her in just a minute. She's asleep now. And we're gonna get ready to jump right into our full labor and delivery story. I definitely wanted to share some never before seen photos and a couple of little clips here and there. And I hope you all enjoy, today's video. So I gave birth to my daughter Zara here October 25th. And it was such a great experience, you all. I want this to be a very positive birth story because it really was, okay? Although I had a crappy OBGYN doctor, overall, my labor and delivery was magical, in my opinion. I was in excruciating pain, but it was magical. Now, some of you all asked me, did I actually record me pushing her out, and things like that? I did not record that part. I do have some very other intimate parts that I won't share because this is YouTube and I can't have my vajayjay plastered all over the internet. But you will see, a couple of pictures that I don't mind sharing and things like that. I did not record the birth of Julian or Trey either, which are my sons. So it's not that big of a deal. I have so many videos of them, so many pictures of them, as well as her. So it goes well, okay? Yeah, so let's get right into the story. So October 25th was that my doctor's appointment? I can't remember if that was my doctor's appointment or not. I don't remember. But I know I had a doctor visit that morning. Was it that morning? I can't remember what day it was, but I remember going to the doctor, and if I'm not mistaken, it was on the 25th, if I'm not mistaken. And but whatever day I did go, it was that morning, and I was supposed to get induced. And I remember going to the doctor's office like I normally do, going there, getting my vitals, my height, weight, blood pressure, everything was good. But anyway, go there, get my vitals, and everything's going good. I started to have a conversation with my OBGYN doctor about my birth story. You all know, starting out with this particular pregnancy, I had I don't even know what to call it. She just was not a very good OBGYN doctor, like, at all. She talked over me. She thought she knew more than me. And it was just very aggravating, This is someone that's supposed to be rooting for me and encouraging me. But she was more so concerned with being overbooked. I don't know if it's like a money thing with these doctors these days, but she was overbooked with patients. So my appointments were always hours. It would be at 10 a.m. and I'm not seeing till almost 1 o'clock, like hours. And you guys may be thinking, wow, you actually waited that long? I didn't have a choice. I had to get prenatal care. And I remember talking to you guys about how I tried to look for other doctors, but nobody would accept me as a new patient because of COVID-19. So anyway, I was talking to her in the doctor's office about my birth story and my birth plan and how I wanted my, pregnancy, my labor and delivery pregnancy stuff to go. and she just kept saying, "Oh, well, um, something about a C-section still," and it just was so aggravating because since I've known the woman, she's always talked about C-section. She's never talked about midwife. She's never talked about epidurals. She's never talked about letting your body do natural things on its own. She's always talked about C-section, C-section, C-sections. And this woman do not have good reviews over on Google, by the way. I actually searched her name, and a lot of people have had horrible things to say about how they were cut the wrong way and how they did not heal properly and how she rushed them in the doctor's office. Like, y'all, it's crazy, okay? But anyway, going over the birth plan, and she said she wanted me to go to the hospital the next day to be induced at 4 a.m. So my hospital bag and everything was already packed, and if you missed that video, I can link it in the description for you so you can see what I packed in my hospital bag. um and so yeah, so I go home and get the boys and tell baby daddy I gotta go to the hospital at 4 a.m. So we making sure we just all prepared or whatever. And he said he wanted to watch movies and have pizza over to his house. So went over there and we were watching movies and having pizza. And I was supposed to go back to the house. I spend time with them when they're with their dad, just so we can have a positive co-parenting thing. And it is positive when the kids see mom, dad together, whatever. So anyway, we were all over to his house having pizza and movie and some juice, and I started to have severe contractions. At this time, they weren't very close together, but when I did have a contraction, it was bad. So I decided that I was going to take a bath at his house. He helped me get in the tub and everything. I soaked in some water, and then also I was soaking because I had a boil or abscess, is whatever it's called, down below, and it was so nagging and aggravating. So I was like, okay, let me get in this water so that I can, soothe that area and also just relax. And then by the time I got out of the tub and sat down on the couch and he passed me my plate to eat, those contractions started coming back to back. And they were like I said, a long ways apart, but by the time I got to the couch to sit down and eat, I timed them and they were like 8 minutes apart. And I was telling their dad, I was like, hey, it's time for me to go. Like, I'm not gonna make it to the next day. I'm not gonna be able to sleep through the night like this. And I'm so glad that I got my butt up and we went on to the hospital, because I would have had that baby at home. That's just how fast she was coming. I would have had it at home over at his house. That's how fast she was coming. So we hurried up and got in the car. You guys, I was supposed to wear this sweatshirt and some black pants. I did not wear this. I was in such a rush, and he was in such a rush, he panicked. He was like, look, just grab your bag, just get dressed. We got the kids, let's go. He panicked, so I wore, y'all, if I got a picture, I'll insert it, this damn black gown. I forget what it says. Y'all have seen me wear it before. It's just some knock around t-shirt type of gown. One of them gowns them t-shirt dresses you just clean up in. It's got freaking bleach stains and stuff all over it. I wore that to the hospital. And I had those old chunky braids in my hair still, so I felt so nappy headed. And I did not have on anything up under the damn t-shirt dress. I'm in there in a wheelchair with no panties on, no bra on. It was crazy. It was crazy. Now, I wasn't really tripping on the panties because, like I said, I had that boy abscess thing going on down below in the vajayjay. You know what I'm trying to say. In that area, so I wasn't tripping because the panties probably would have aggravated it even more. But I still was kind of like, yo, like this is ghetto. But my kid's dad kept telling me it's okay, when you get to the hospital, they're gonna tell you to take everything off anyway, so just let us get on there. So we get there, we get checked in, I kiss and hug the boys, I say bye to dad as well, and I'm just like, I'll see you guys, when it's time to switch out. Due to COVID-19, I could not have anybody in the waiting room with me. Finally, the lady was like, okay, you can have at least one support person. You can have two support people when you go back to the room. It has to be the same people each time. Nobody else can come visit. And when that other person do come, they have to switch out. So they were so strict with visitation. And I was very fortunate that I was allowed my mom to be there, and I was allowed for their dad to be there to be able to switch out or whatever the case was, because like I said, due to COVID, they had very strict guidelines. Even when I take her to her appointment, can't nobody go with me and her. It just has to be me and her. So the boys are with their dad or my mom or his mom, you know, the grandparents, when I take her to her doctor's appointment, or they're at school because normally her appointment is up during the day. So it's just like, it's so crazy, you guys, with this COVID stuff. I don't know if you guys are like over it or not, but I'm for sure over it. I'm over it, you know? But anywho, yeah, so my mom, she comes. The lady, I told her, I said, look, I need to call my mom. I was like, you know, I need her here. My kids are not here. My son's dad is not here. I need somebody with me, you know? And these contractions were hitting hard at this point. They were, I know, about 4 minutes apart. And I remember asking the lady at the front desk, I said, if I should go into labor, you know, what happens? And she said that it's all about who goes in labor first. So I'm talking to my mom. She's like, okay, I'm on my way there. Just try to, you know, stay calm. And, you know, she's just telling me, you got this. It's okay, whether she get there in time or not, because I told her how strong the contractions were coming. And so thankfully she got there in time. She was rubbing my back. She told my mom the same thing. You know, I just have to wait because they are short staffed, is what she was saying. They are short staffed. And I truly believe they're short staffed because people don't want to work nights. This was nighttime. And also COVID-19. So apparently they were short staffed, and the front desk lady was just saying, you know, it's all about who goes into labor first, which was blowing my mind. I'm like, what do you mean who goes into labor first? Like this is a damn rally race or something. I was so aggravated. So I'm sitting there in the wheelchair that the boys and their dad had brought me up in. I'm sitting there in the waiting room with my mom. We're over to the side, you know, just to stay safe with COVID. And y'all, my water broke. I started to pee. I'm peeing all down my leg. I'm peeing all over the floor. My house shoes that I had on are soaking wet, and I couldn't sit down. I was like, it's so much pressure that I could not sit down. And I was just breathing in, breathing out. That was working for a minute. All the little breathing techniques, kumbaya, whatever the hell, it worked for a little bit. But when those contractions start to really hit you, and I'm talking real raw, excruciating labor, all that breathing and shit go out the door. I'm sorry. All of that goes out the door, okay? So when my water broke, my mom tells the lady that's sitting at the front desk, she tells her that my daughter, she says to her, my daughter water has broke, and you know, she's going into labor. And the lady was like, oh, do she need a pad and towels and all this kind of stuff? And my mom is like, no, if her water just broke, that means she's going into labor. And so my mom was starting to get aggravated. So she finally, the lady at the front desk finally told someone, and then they got me on back there to the room. As I'm walking back there to the room, y'all, I am like walking with soaking wet slippers. I feel so disgusting and embarrassed, but they reassured me that I was okay. I was in the right place for my water to break, obviously, which was good. It broke at the hospital. And I had a nurse that greeted me after the lady at the front desk with her just ways. After she walked me down there, I had a nurse that greeted me that made me feel so safe and comfortable and reassured me that everything was going to be okay. So she got me on the monitor so they can, you know, hear baby's heartbeat, and started asking me all the little general questions and things like that. While she's asking me the questions, I feel a sack. I guess that's what it's called. I'm like, oh my God, something is coming out. I got my hand down there trying to hold it in, and my mom is like, get on the bed, because at this point I was standing up, just kind of walking around the room, answering the questions as the nurse is asking me, just trying to calm down. And the contractions are hitting. I'm talking probably a minute or two apart. I mean, back to back to back. And my mom, and so once I started to feel something down there, my mom was like, get on the bed. You're going to end up having this baby on the floor. Where are the nurses? Get some other people in here to help. She just started saying, you know, whatever she needed to say. And my mom does pharmacy. That's why I wanted my mom there. I told you all, with COVID going on, if I had to pick between baby daddy and my mom, I'm choosing my mom, because for one, my mom knows about medicine, and that's my mom. I don't know anybody that would choose anybody else, unless it's your husband, I can understand, but even with that situation, I'm still going to choose my mom, even if I was married. Baby daddy understands. Like I said, my mom knows all about this medicine, and I'm so glad that she was there, because you're going to find out why I'm glad she was there, okay? So they get me on the bed, prop my legs up, and it's time to push, y'all. I didn't have time to get the camera out and record. This wasn't no damn, oh my God, hey, I'm in labor and delivery. No, it was none of that. I was in excruciating pain. Baby girl was coming so fast. And so they got me on the bed. The lady told me to push. When I felt a contraction, to push with my bottom, and chin down with my bottom. And so I push, and then I push, and then I push, and then I pushed, and baby girl was out. I'm talking after 4 tries, y'all. Mind you, I was having pizza and juice over at the house, at the boys' dad house, at 6:45. We got at the hospital about 7 something, close to 8. I didn't get back there to deliver her until about 9 something, and she was born at 10:45. The quickest labor in history, okay? And I'm glad she came quick, because I had raw natural labor. When I tell you, I felt everything. Like like my vagina was like, like, I'm glad she okay down there, okay? She still work, okay, beep, beep. But, man, when people say unmedicated, don't lie, don't flex, okay? Because I had real medicated, no epidural, didn't even have time to blink for some medicine. I was up there getting ready to push. No Pitocin, no none of that. It was real raw, okay? And when you are going through natural labor, it's very important that your legs are pushed back, and that your chin is literally touching the center of your chest, and that you are pushing bottom down, and through each contraction as hard as you can, while they're telling you to push, 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 push. And then breathe in, get that deep breath as big as you can until the next contraction come, and just give it all you got. Y'all, I had to surrender with this birth. I never had to do that. With the boys, I had the epidural. My water broke at home with Trey, and I was induced with Julian. So like I was saying, I had to go put baby girl down. She was extremely tired, so I needed to go get her put down. And I also pumped her some milk while I kind of soothed her and give her a minute before I started back filming. But yeah, so overall, I know that doesn't sound like a very positive birth story, but the fact that I did not have to deal with the after pain of bleeding really heavy, experiencing first, second, or third degree tearing, because like sometimes your baby may be so big that you tear, or the baby may be coming down so rough that it causes tearing of the vagina. I didn't have any first, second, or third degree tearing. A little bit of a scratch, but overall I was vajayjay is fine, and I didn't have any back pain from the epidural before and after. Before you're contracting, afterwards you can have severe cramps in your back from the epidural. I remember when I did get the epidural in the past, how my back felt. It seemed to hurt really bad when it rains. I don't know why. So I was very happy that I got a chance, to see what it was like to give natural birth. And I know that it is just all mental. It really was just all mental, just surrendering to the pain, asking God to be there with you in that moment, and just block everything out, all of the outside noise, and just focus on, I got to get my baby here, because that's what it's really about. And yeah, but overall, that part of it was a great experience, and being able to, move around even after I had her. The only down thing was that I had people coming in and out of my room. I really did not like that. My OBGYN doctor gets there after I give birth. In this part of the video, that it is so important that you have a birth plan. I went over all of these things with my OB doctor, that I did not want people coming in and out of my room, that I wanted skin to skin contact as soon as my daughter was born so that I could breastfeed her, that I did not want her out of my sight at all. Anything that they needed to do, I wanted done in my room. I wanted to have her get the vitamin K. All of those things are important in your birth plan. And a lot of those things did go as planned, as far as like the scan to scan and stuff like that. But I still had people coming in and out of my room that I did not know. And my doctor did not deliver Zara, which actually turned out to be a great thing. So thank God. And I did not have to worry about getting cut open. But the thing is, she was never supportive, and she was not on call the night that I went into labor and delivery. She's like, I can't believe it. You've already given birth. I was on my way. And I'm like, girl, please, you were not on your way. You were taking your time. But anyways, she ain't my doctor no more, so I don't have to worry about it. But she comes in there, she's like, first of all, she's shocked that I gave natural birth to an 8-pound baby. And I'm like, yeah, I had an 8-pound, 9-pound child in the past. And I kept telling you that I can push. I don't know if you didn't believe me that I could have a vaginal birth, but I can do it, you know? So yeah, she was shocked about that. And then she wants to take a picture with the baby. And I'm thinking to myself, I do not want this woman touching my baby. So it just, she got, 1 or 2 pictures in, whatever. But that's only because my mom took those pictures, because I wasn't taking no picture of her ass. Like, no. But Zara was so beautiful, and she wasn't doing a whole lot of crying when she first came out until they started to kind of like move her around. So I was worried initially, but once they got to moving her around, she cried, lungs, working. And she was 8 pounds 5 ounces, 19 inches long, head full of hair, chubby cheeks. Cheeks huge. And I was just like, wow, she's here. She's here. So yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this labor and delivery story, because you all had been asking about it, and I was like, I need to sit down, just make time to film this video. So it is finally here. Moving forward, if you all will check out my community post, I'm going to be doing some rebranding on my channel. It's a couple of things that I want to add to my channel, and I'll let you all know what those things are on the community post. But for now, I want you to go over there and decide what times I should upload and what days. I know you all want me to upload Monday through Friday, but I can't promise daily vlogs, okay? But I can try to do at least 3 times a week. So go over there and check out the community post on when I should upload and what time. In the meantime, I love you guys. I'm about to grab baby girl. Well, she's asleep. I'm about to nap while she's sleeping and put a little dinner on. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get her, because I don't feel right ending a video without her, because that's the whole point of the video. But no, she can go ahead and stay asleep. What am I thinking? I got a newborn baby. I love you guys. You all be sure to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, and I will see you all in the next one. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.